Hillsborough Television News Breaks, connecting you to county events.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our beautiful Lake Magdalene campus. I know the weather may not be beautiful today, but nevertheless, this is a wonderful campus here, and welcome to the dedication of the Mary Jane Martinez Cottage. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mary Farmer, Mary Jo Hahn, Donna Jacobs, and Jean Shorts, who will perform the national anthem. If they could please come forward.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave, the brave.
Well, today we're here to honor First Lady Mary Jane Martinez. Mary Jane Martinez is truly a great woman who cares for her community, family, friends, and neighbors, and one who really put her mark on the state of Florida as First Lady. On February 20th, I was extremely proud to ask my fellow county commissioners to honor the key role that the First Lady has played in improving the lives of children and families across Florida, going back more than 25 years. Not surprisingly, it was a unanimous vote by the County Commission to name the Children's Services Girls Shelter the Mary Jane Martinez Cottage. In 1987, the good people of Florida had the wisdom to send Tampa Mayor Bob Martinez to Tallahassee as their governor. The Martinez arrived in the Capitol with their sleeves up and ready to work. As Florida's First Lady, Mary Jane Martinez made a name for herself through the tireless promotion of many good and worthy causes. As the Tampa Tribune stated this morning, behind that quiet dignity is a leader of great intelligence, compassion, and resolve. When she takes on a task, things get done. Early on, she realized the value of the Florida Network of Youth and Family Services and championed the creation of the Florida Youth and Family Foundation to help secure necessary resources to offer shelter and crisis counseling services throughout Florida. Within a year as governor, Bob Martinez was drafted in to serve, and the couple kicked off a public awareness drive to promote Florida's runaway hotline. Today, the Florida Network of Youth and Family Services serves as an umbrella organization for 30 shelters and crisis centers, manages $30 million in Department of Juvenile Justice contracts, and serves 15,000 runaways and youth in crisis with an astounding 90% success rate. By joining us today, you can personally witness how the Florida Network of Youth and Family Services is a critical partner in helping us to provide vital programs with Hillsborough County's Family and Aging Services Department.
Our Children's Services Division is really takes on, I think, the projects for children in our county that number one, no one else would take on, and number two, they provide services, very unique services to populations of children that nobody else serves here in our county. And that's very important. Under the direction, of course, of Ben Thomas, they've really charting a really good path. They do independent living programs. They've got outpatient counseling services. Actually, they're even doing services for these young victims of human trafficking. I know you all have been reading about that, especially those of us that live in South Tampa, and that horrific story on Henderson Boulevard of that facility. But I think throughout her life, Mary Jane has worked so hard to build partnerships in this community and to unite people, and her love and commitment for the children, not just in Hillsborough County, but our state, really shows through her life, through her accomplishments that she's had throughout her life. She has always wanted the best for our children, even as the First Lady in our state, but she has given her best, and that is the distinction. And she has not just given it even before her tenure as First Lady, even before then, as her tenure as an educator in this community and education, what she's done for young children and her commitment. And I think we're just so honored today. It's a beautiful cottage. One of our most beneficial programs is going to be now named after her in her honor. And Mary Jane, I personally want to thank you for your advocacy, your commitment, your work on behalf of troubled youth throughout our state and here in the Tampa Bay area. You're really an inspiration to all of us.
Today truly is a blessed day. You know, I was standing there thinking about if there was one word that could describe this, I would say caring. You know, often folks will do things because it makes them feel good, but you know, knowing the Martinez family as well as I do, and Mary Jane, having observed over the last few decades the work that you and your husband have done, you know, caring is what you are all about. And it's refreshing to see that. And today, what we have here today is a small token of gratitude for a life and a legacy of caring. You know, coming from the advertising industry, we look at slogans and commercials and things, and to me, the ever-ready battery, you know, it's energy that just keeps on giving. And we are very fortunate to have you in this community, and we appreciate very much the love and the caring that you put forth. And thank you very, very much. And Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for your leadership and stewarding this through and bringing this to fruition.
I'd like to read the plaque here. It states, Hillsborough County honors Mary Jane Martinez for her years of service to the children of Florida. As Florida's First Lady, you worked tirelessly to strengthen the Florida network of youth and family services, an umbrella organization for youth crisis shelters across the state that serves homeless, runaway, and troubled teens, preteens, and their families. It is our honor and privilege to dedicate the Children's Services Girls Shelter as the Mary Jane Martinez Cottage. We are grateful for your dedication and service to our community, dedicated April 12, 2013, presented by the Hillsborough County and Board of County Commissioners. And I'd like to ask Mary Jane to please say a few words, but first, if we could step forward and take a photo or two.
It was really an honor to be before you in February when you unanimously named this shelter for me. Ironically, I was here to speak in 1988 and cut the ribbon for Beach Place. At that time, we had a very pretty and very young county commissioner who would soon be our mayor, Pam Iorio. Thank you for being here. As my husband has said many, many times, it's nice to have something like this happen to you while you are still vertical. So thank you again for this generous honor. I want you to know that my experience as a high school teacher and media specialist helped me understand young people, but it also made me aware of the many problems that they have. Shortly after I moved to Tallahassee, I met with Bill Bentley, who was the executive director then of the Florida Network. And I met with Ann Hildebrand and George McGill, who were both on the board of the Florida Network at that time. They came to ask me for help. Someone needed to be a leader and a voice for our statewide at-risk teenagers and their families. It was an age group that I was very comfortable with, so I decided that this would be an opportunity for me to make a difference in the lives of these struggling young people, many who were runaways, leaving home for reasons of abuse or other family problems. I visited 17 shelters and spoke with these teenagers and the staff. I wanted to get a statewide perspective of their problems, what kind of help they needed, and what programs were being used, and most of all, if they were effective. My conclusion was the shelters were a safe place, a place off the streets, a place where these young people and their lives could be changed so that they would have a good future. The paramount goal was through professional counseling to get these kids back home if possible. The network, as you heard earlier, has a 90% success rate. Early intervention, we know, is the key. So shortly after that, after the visitation of all of these shelters, Bill Bentley and I sat down to develop an action plan. With a statewide board of trustees, ironically, one was Chesterfield Smith of Holland and Knight, where my husband works now. With the private and public partnership, the legislature and the governor, we renovated shelters and added 7 new ones, keeping the at-risk teenagers off the streets and providing safe shelters allowed them to be with people that really cared about them. So instead of them becoming part of the juvenile court system, these shelters gave them a new life. Thank you all so much for being here, and you have really made this day special.
Mary Jane was a family's North Star. Everyone looks to her in terms of seeking advice and help. And when she helps, it's not just verbiage. It's physical, it's monetary, it's whatever it requires to get it done. And often, for those of you who have served in public life, like my colleague Jim Davis, and those who currently are in public life, Commissioners Hagan and Christ and Merman, often spouses don't get a lot of recognition. They do enjoy the highs, and they participate in the lows as well. And it's really remarkable that today she, as a person who was involved for about 20 years of my public life, is being recognized for it. Truth of the matter is that this recognition today means more than all the ones I've gotten in the past, including facilities and honors of one kind or another. She deserves it, and I'm not sure we can do another 58. But we're going to push for a hell of a lot more years. Take care.
Well, again, congratulations. This is an honor that all county citizens join in celebrating, as you've greatly touched the lives of so many youth in our state.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain and we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a friend. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll bear your load if you'll just call me. Call me, call me, call me, call me.
Outstanding.
Good morning. Christine, that was awesome. What a special tribute and what an appropriate message for your grandmother. In fact, this whole community has leaned on her. She, as you've heard, has been a champion for the children in this community and all over the state. And we are thrilled to have the honor of having one of our children's cottages named for First Lady Martinez. Thank you so much. We are especially appreciative to our partners, the Florida Network and the Department of Children and Families, for thinking of Children's Services for this honor, because we know there's so many marks that she has made all over this state and other opportunities for this. So we're just very, very grateful. And this is a day that shines bright, just as First Lady Martinez does and her legacy. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'm very pleased to be a part of this program today. Thank you.
This work here, this is really where it happens. It doesn't happen in Tallahassee. It happens in each of the communities here. It's in Tampa, Orlando, Miami, the Keys, everywhere. It happens where people love and care for families. And what this is really about is promoting good stewardship, Mr. Chairman. And I really encourage the support of the Hillsborough County Commission for being so good and been good fiscal stewards of helping to make sure this happens with this wonderful shelter and improving the lives of so many people. It's all about great public stewardship and, more importantly, great citizenship. And it's really the commitment to family. We have a term, La Familia, but also to God and country, and that's what this is all about. So we thank you, we honor you, and we know that you've got a lot more wonderful years ahead, and we're just so glad to be part of it. Thank you.
For more news and information, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or watch us on YouTube. This program was brought to you by Hillsborough Television. Visit our website at htvonline.org.